How's it going, guys? Deans here, and welcome to an Inform Gonzalo Castro review. Now, I've got to apologise for what might be a little lack of gameplay throughout this review. It was, for me, just a little bit difficult to fully get this guy sort of noticed in the game, which is straight off the bat a negative for me. He just was kind of someone I couldn't sort of put in the game a lot, which is why 70,000 coins that I paid for him just didn't feel like a high amount of coins. It didn't feel worth it to me. In the 6 games I played, I got 1 goal and 1 assist. So again, not a good score sheet for this player. But again, he is a centre mid. He's the kind of guy that you want to just help get the ball from A to B, deliver it on to your attackers. And for that, you know, he was good at that. I can't fault the guy. He's a good card, and that he did definitely have his positives. But at the same time, it just straight off the bat, and as I was saying about negatives and stuff, he had a couple which kind of made him a little bit annoying to use. Strength was quite a big issue for me. I wasn't expecting him to be so easily knocked down, but maybe it's as well as that the fact that he's kind of small, not massively midget-sized, but you know, he isn't the tallest of players, so I feel like strength is quite bad for him. He gets knocked off the ball quite easily, which means when you are just trying to make a nice little dribble run from somewhere like the halfway line just to get to your strikers, he has a bit of trouble getting around. So I do recommend trying to give yourself quite a few midfielders. I played him in the 4-4-2. It just meant that he's got some backup there if needed, and he can pass it around quite quickly just in case he's having a bit of trouble. Every now and then I did break free and get some nice little distance and dribbles and runs with this guy, but it just wasn't all that. But you take a look at the in-game stats here. He's got a lot of high green ones, which are awesome. He's got a lot of great attack positioning stats for him. He's got some great balance as well. 84 ball control, 85 crossing, 81 curve, 83 dribbling, 82 long pass, 87 short pass, 82 shot power as well. So it's all really good stats coming attack wise. But when you want him to hold back in defense, which is kind of what I was expecting to be doing with this guy, it just seemed to not really work. And maybe it's down to me. Maybe I wasn't playing with him as well as I should be. But for me, he just kind of wasn't working out for me in a lot of aspects. So as I mentioned, with negatives, that strength and height were just mainly his bad things. I don't want to go highly into saying that he just doesn't get involved. It's not really something that I'd think is a negative. It's just maybe something that could be tweaked a bit. It just shows that you've got to put a lot more effort into actually using the guy in the game. But for positives, I definitely say stamina is a massive one. I was constantly running all around the pitch with this guy, just trying to put more use into him, and he held his own. He held his stamina throughout the entire game, wasn't getting tired. However, he was suffering quite a few injuries, so a little bit debatable there whether or not stamina is great. I was getting tackled quite a lot when using him, so there is that. Long shots were actually something which was surprising. I was taking random shots just from out of nowhere if I had the open space, and they were very accurate. Didn't actually get to score any, but still they were accurate, which I was not expecting from this card at all. Dribbling, a very key stat for this guy, as well as passing. Two really good and its main 2 features of the card. So I've got to say, dribbling and passing is good, but the one thing I will say is just isn't worth kind of having around your team, because for me, there's a lot more better Bundesliga midfielders that you could probably use that would get more involved in the game. So for me, I'm going to be giving this guy a 6 out of 10, maybe a push 7, just possibly, if you can maybe get him into a better formation with a better team. But for me, a 6 out of 7. And yeah, that is about it from this review. If you guys did enjoy the review, be sure to drop a like. I really appreciate that. If you're browning, be sure to subscribe. Apart from that, I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.